Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. The first section of Mundakopanishad begins with the mention of the entire lineage of this knowledge, the Guru Shishya Parampara, starting from Ishvara himself, who is none other than that supreme reality associated with the infinite potential called Maya. Through this lineage, the knowledge reached Rishi Angiras, who was approached by a qualified student named Shaunaka. And this Shaunaka presented a question that, "O Lord, please tell me, what is it knowing which everything is known?" And when we think about the question, the meaning of the question is, who am I? And as a response to this question, the Guru, Rishi Angiras, in this Upanishad, indicates there are two types of knowledge. Both are necessary. And the lower ones includes all the sacred texts, the Vedas, the Vedangas, etc. The entire range of all the words and their meanings. And then the other knowledge is that through which the imperishable reality is known. Now, what is that imperishable reality? That was indicated using various lakshanas, indicators. So where we saw there were some which were indicating something that it is not, some words indicating in association with something that is familiar, and some things which is indicating the real nature of that reality. After that, the topic shifted to the same reality associated with this infinite potential which is already there, creates this entire universe, and that is therefore one of the indicators was that yad bhuta yonim. So how is it the cause of all this creation? So there were examples given to indicate that there is no effort involved, yet the efficient and material cause of this creation is that reality alone. Without any assistance, without any effort, it just appears. Now, how does this creation come into being? How does this manifestation take place? So there was a sequential description of creation also. This is what it began, and then this is how it kept on manifesting, and then ultimately it said that there are all these jivas in various lokas and doing lot of karmas and also reaping the fruits of those karmas. Then the second section opened with a statement where the Guru indicated all these various rituals that have been prescribed in the scriptures, in the Veda, is all true. When we say true, tad etat satyam, true means here it is not said it is ultimate reality. True means as it is said and promised, that is how it will lead you. In the sense, if you perform this action, this will be the result. If you perform this action staying in this loka, you can get the other loka also possible. So there is a cause and effect with respect to action and its results also. And that here the scripture indicates it is real. Real means you will get what is promised in the scriptures provided you perform the actions correctly. This section is mainly going to talk about rituals, taking a sample and then elaborating on what all it involves, how it is to be performed, what kind of results it will lead us to. All these things will be elaborated. We say that, but we are Upanishad students. We are interested in the knowledge of reality. Why are you telling us all these rituals and all? The point is sometimes we don't understand whether we are really students of reality or we are somewhere lost. Because even if we don't do rituals which are prescribed in the Veda, which we generally don't do, because ultimately human beings, we are lazy. We want to get maximum by doing minimum. So these elaborate rituals and all, we sometimes feel that this is too much. Therefore, sometimes we become, I am Jnana Margi. I want only knowledge. So that is also one reason why we say I am only in pursuit of knowledge. All this karma and all. The point is only when we understand, when we know, and we would have our own type of rituals that we perform. And we'll be very, very rigid in that. This is what is to be done. This is how it is to be done. And this only and nothing else. So we have our own rituals also. So we are ritualistic in some way or the other, in some or the other, sense if we talk. So here, the rituals are laid down for a very specific and very, very significant reason. Only when one understands what all it involves to conduct these rituals and also does it as per it is prescribed, only then it will reap, it will get us the result, the real result of a person who is a seeker of knowledge. Even for the person who wants to go to another loka, another realm of experience, for that also you have to be very diligently following whatever is given. But even for a person who is interested in highest knowledge, for that person also for performing these rituals is important. That is what it opens, the section opens with Tadetat Satyam. In fact, the others, the upcoming section also opens with Atadetat Satyam only. So here this matter is not to be, sometimes when we are students of Upanishad, we sometimes say that what is the use of this? We don't need this knowledge. So we just skip this section 2, I think, this is ritualistic portion we skip and then we'll go to the third. If the third is there, the knowledge is there. No, third also a little bit preparatory. Oh, I am prepared. Okay, let's go to the fourth. So there are so many This is just a little bit in Mundakopanishad. There are other Upanishads like Chandogya Upanishad where first 5 chapters are talking about only karma upasana. 5 chapters out of the 8. Knowledge comes only in the 6th chapter. So we say, I know all these things. I'm not interested. So, but the point made here is because sometimes we may wonder why all these rituals and all are given in the Jnana Kanda. This is supposed to be the section of knowledge, that is Upanishad. And why there are rituals given there? It has a very, very important specific reason. But what is the reason? What will that will come? Let us flow with the text only. So, after having spoken, so tadetat satyam mantreshu karmani kavayo yan pashyan apashyan. So the great seers who have known these rituals, the rishis only have got this knowledge of the rituals. And Tretayam Bahuda Santatani. In Treta Yuga, the age Treta Yuga, it was very commonly practiced because that was the main sadhana in that age. Or Tretayam means in all forms of this mantras. So these mantras, there are 3 primary forms. One is a prose form, one is a poetic form in meters, and the third is song form. So Gadya, Padya, and Giti. So these are the 3 types of. That is why it is always many places we say Veda Trayi. Veda Trayi, 3 Vedas. So we say why Atharva Veda is left out, and this Mundakopanishad is in Atharva Veda only. So it is not left out. The types of mantras are 3, and therefore, and these are the only 3 types of mantras in all Vedic texts. All the mantras, either it will be in prose, or it will be in poetry, or it will be in song form, which can be sung only. So here, for example, the first mantra of this second section is in prose form. So it is not a particular metrical construction. So in any form it may be. So Tretayam means all the 3 types of mantras, means all the, that is why it is called Veda Trayi. So in the Veda, these rituals have been described everywhere in Vedas. Tani acharatha niyatam. You must follow that diligently, regularly, sincerely. Tani acharatha. Satyakamaha, with the desire. The Satyakamaha means the one meaning of Satyakamaha is the one who is desirous of getting the result promised. That is one. And other is Satyakamaha means even if you want to know the truth, conduct these rituals diligently. Follow this. Whatever has been prescribed must be followed. Eshavav panthaha sukritasya loke. This is the only path. But it is said that knowledge is the only path. Yes, but to be eligible for knowledge, this is the path. To prepare ourselves for knowledge, this is the path. To follow the scriptures, live life according to the scriptures is the path to be followed, even to prepare ourselves for the highest knowledge. So Satyakamaha Eshavav Panthaha. Shankaracharya very clearly says that this is the effort to be made. We have to make this effort. Okay. So then, now, this is a general statement that has been made. Now, after this, the Rishi is taking a sample because talking about each ritual in the Upanishad is not required. The Upanishad student is expected to have that much of understanding of the rituals, and that is why the familiarity is already there. So the Guru says, let me take one sample and tell you what all ritual involves. And here Puja Gurudev has very beautifully said that in dots and dashes, all this are being conveyed. Why? Because 2 reasons. One, this is not the main subject matter. And second, the student is already aware. He is Mahashalaha. So he is already aware. He knows about these rituals. So it is not something that he is not familiar with. So that is why we need Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, we need Puja Gurudev to explain to us what all these things mean. Otherwise, the student there sitting in front of Rishi Angiras knows. So that is why few words. So what is the word? Now here the chosen ritual is, as a sample, is Agnihotra. Agnihotra is a ritual which is prescribed for everybody, that everyone must perform. Every household should have. It is not in big ashrams or temples alone. Every household Agnihotra should be performed. And it is considered to be a very, very powerful sadhana. It is said this is actually like modern science also understanding the effect, and it has been proved. Many years ago, in Bhopal, in Madhya Pradesh, in India, there was a gas explosion tragedy. It was a big tragedy. So many people died, etc. And the whole atmosphere became toxic, and all. Even plants, trees, and all also could not survive. It was a very bad accident. That time, in that vicinity, in that campus itself, there was one household where even the trees in that compound, they did not get affected. People did not get affected. That same vicinity, it was actually there. I have met a person who has been there and who has met that person also. So there is like direct information, and of course it has been, in media and all also it has come. This household, they found that they used to perform Agnihotra every day, morning and evening. Simpler form of Agnihotra, but they used to perform that. That protected their entire family and their house. That whole area was protected. So, just to give, this is not the validation of Agnihotra. Modern science and observation is not a validation for our Vedic knowledge. But this modern science, when that also says, then we have more Shraddha in modern science than in Veda. So we say, oh, that also happened. Okay, then Veda is right. So that is our reverse psychology is there. But the actual thing is, the Veda has said means it is true. Tadetat Satyam. So this Agnihotra, now nowadays what we perform as Agnihotra is a very simple, they have simplified it. There are some organizations which are doing the prachar of, they are spreading this Agnihotra as an activity. They say just 2 ahutis, simple mantra, you just do that over, sit silently for some time, over. So it is a very small little Havan Kund and you do it. That's what people, they have that, all the guidance. But here, what the Veda prescribes, so here that is what is being talked about. That has to be performed every day. It's a Nitya Karma. Like Sandhya Vandanam is a Nitya Karma, Agnihotra is a Nitya Karma. It has to be performed every day. Oh, and what is it? So, little bit about the Agnihotra is given. We'll read the second mantra. Yada lelayate hyarchihi समिद्धे हव्यवाहने तदाज्य भागावंतरेण आहुति प्रतिपादयेत. Said in Agnihotra, little bit we need to have some introduction. So we usually sit for Agnihotra facing the east in the morning, and then in the evening at dusk we face the west. Now naturally north and south will be to our right and left directions. North will be on the left and south will be on the right when we face east. So that way, the first 2 ahutis are supposed to be offered in the northern direction, in the Agni Kunda only, not outside, wherever the fire is lit. To the north direction of the fire, one first oblation is offered, and the south direction of the fire, the second oblation is offered. So these two oblations are called Ajya Bhaga. Ajya Bhaga. So to the north, to the south. Here Gurudev has made simplified and said to the left and right. So for us it is easier. But north and south part of the fire, this two ahutis are given with their mantra and all. And then after that, all the other ahutis, there are few others also, which are supposed to be, that is what is talked about in this mantra. So these two are Ajya Bhaga, and in between the Ajya Bhaga, in the central part of the fire, is where rest of the ahutis are supposed to be offered. So there is specification of where the ahuti have to be offered within the Havan Kund also. We feel, light a fire and do swaha, 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 over, Havan done. That also is prescribed. And this is the simplest of the Havans. There are others also. This is the simplest which everyone is supposed to do every day. That simplest Havan also has that first ahuti you put, offer it here, then second here, then third onwards here, like that. So here it is said, and when yada lelayate herchihi samidhe havyavahane, when the fire is kindled well with good fuel, samidhe, well kindled, havyavahane, fire, and lelayate herchihi, when all these flames, they are all coming up. It's a well lit fire. So well lit fire we are talking about now, and evening we'll talk about how to stay lit. So well lit. So this yada lelayate herchihi. So like the very beautiful poetic expression, it will come also in the, like it is described as the tongues of fire, tongues coming up, and then when ahuti is put, it laps it up and then takes it to wherever the mantra is the address. So we say Agni is there. So Agni is considered as Pratyaksha Devata. He comes in front of us in the Avan Kund. Then we chant a mantra. Om Indraya Swaha, Indrayadam Namama. So when we chant Indraya Swaha, this is the address. And Agni is like the courier service. So he takes, address, what is the address? Indra. Oh, Indra. Okay. Then immediately we find, as soon as the ahuti is given, there will be, the fires will raise. Raise means what? Just taken, delivered. Instant delivery. No delays, nothing. Too much of traffic, too much of nothing. Gone. That is what is. So that is why it is called Havya Vahana. Havya Vahana means a vehicle that carries whatever is offered to whichever devata it is intended to reach. So based on the mantra chanting, the Agni takes it. So lelayate herchihi. All the flames are, shining, and they are well lit fire at that time. Tada, at that time, Ajya Bhagav Antarena. Ajya Bhaga is these first two offerings. That is called Ajya Bhaga. That is done towards the north and south. So Ajya Bhagav, these two oblations, Antarena, in between that, when the fire is well lit and these two are offered, and in between these two, in the central portion of the fire, Ahutihi Pratipadayet, offer the oblations. Ahuti is plural. Means there are many ahutis to be given afterwards. So you keep offering there. So what does this mantra say? When the fire is well lit, after the first two ahutis given on the north and south directions of the Agni itself, Then between these two offerings that have been made, in the center of that well lit fire, we make rest of the offerings there. You say, what is this? Is it so significant? It is significant. Why is it so significant? He's saying that uh, Angiras Rishi is telling Shaunaka, you know this, right? Yes, yes, I know. I have been doing, I do every day. Okay, very good. You do every day. Good. But he says that this you are doing every day, but do you know that if you do not do it correctly, then it is not going to give you the results. Oh, correctly, this is so simple. Light the fire, then put one here, and then rest all in the center. That's all. It has to be well lit. It should not be smoky or anything. That's all. It is simple, not a big deal. I can do it very easily. This is just a basic guideline, but there are so many related rituals. There are related offerings that are to be made with relation to this Agnihotra to make the Agnihotra complete. For example, time related. So if it is a new moon day or a full moon day, you have to offer special ahutis. If it is a particular season, let us say autumn, etc. So there you have to perform few other mantras and ahutis are to be offered. So for a person, according to their status in life, there are certain ahutis to be offered. So there are so many other rules. And this is, we are talking about one of the easiest, simplest prescribed ritual in the Veda. Okay, so yeah, the next verse, once we read the next mantra, we will understand where is Rishi Angiras getting. Yasya Agnihotram Adarsham Apaurnamasam Achaturmasyam Anagrayanam Atithivarjitam cha Ahutam Avaishwadevam Avidhinahutam Asaptamamstasya Lokan Hinasti. Saying with so many words, we broke the words and read deliberately. This Adarsham, Apaurnamasam, this means if all these special oblations are not given at the right time, when the right season is there, when the right time of the year is there, when right time of the day is there, if it is not done correctly, a darsham means on the new moon day, there is a special offering if that is not done. Okay. A Paurnamasam, full moon day, that special thing if it is not done. A Chaturmasyam, the 4 months of monsoons generally it is considered. So a Chaturmasyam, if that is not correctly done. Or Anagrayanam, that where there is no proper purity or how does Anagrayanam? The Anagrayanam is actually the harvest time when we offer the food, we offer all the new grains. We celebrate festivals like Pongal and all those things. That is also a part of the first offering has to go into the sacrificial fire. So if Agnihotra is there, we are performing regularly. When it is a harvest season, it has to be offered. First there, Anagrayanam. Then Atithi Varjitam. If it is not uh, honoring guests, Sometimes feeding guests is a part of lifestyle. In traditional days, the people used to go out of their homes and shout on the streets, "Is there anyone? Please come to our home for having lunch." Because without that, they can't eat. It was a rule. And when we are conducting a specific sacrifice, it is imperative that there are guests, they are honored, and whatever is due to them is offered to them also. So it is actually, they used to be worshipped, they used to be welcomed, they used to be fed. All these things used to happen. So atithi varjitam, if it is not having all those things. Ahutam, it is not done. I say, oh, too many rules. I am not doing only. Not doing also is not an option. Oh. So I have to do, yes. Avaishwadevam. Avaishwadevam, Vishwadevaha means all the different devatas are not worshipped in this. Whoever has to be worshipped, they are not, if they are not worshipped in this. Vishwadeva also, Puja Gurudev very beautifully explains that Vishwadeva means all beings. If all beings are not respected, we do in the name of sacrifice, we, you know, we live a life of violence, we harm any other being. That is also not. So we respect everything in the environment as we do. So if that is also not followed, avidhina hutam, and any rules that have been given, it has to be done at the time of sunrise, at the time of sunset, all those things. If those rules are not followed, you have to do it after having a shower. You have to be, the place should be clean. All these various directions are given. If all these, so many rules here only, and this is in brief. So if this is not done, and that too, this is the simplest ritual, then what happens as a result? Because in Karma Kanda, result is there. We are choosing the result. If we don't do it correctly, then what happens? So here he's saying, then what happens? Asaptaman tasya lokan hinasti. Their further gati, whatever they want to achieve, not only that it will not be provided, not that the result of the action they will not get, not just that, but whatever they have got, that also will be destroyed. So what does it mean? This activity, it is compulsorily to be done. It is to be done following all these rules, and it has promised results, whatever you get, and that also will be told about in the subsequent mantras. It will come that these are the outcomes, the results of these. It will be told, but not just the results, not just that if it is not done properly, you will not get the results, but whatever is already attained also will get destroyed. Scary. Upanishad is scaring us. Upanishad is a knowledge of fearlessness. It cannot scare us. There is a reason why this language is used. Here now, Asaptaman, 7. For him, the 7 is destroyed. What does 7 is destroyed? So there can be two types of understanding of that. 7 is means, now in our scriptures, there are lokas mentioned. So there are 7 upper lokas and 7 lower lokas. So loka means a realm of experience. So for example, if we have to think about it, let us say in a corporate firm. So there is a hierarchical status. So somebody is employed in a particular post, then there are designations which are higher and there are designations which are lower. And higher designations means there is greater facility, greater power. So lot of things are added. And lower means there is more struggle, more difficulty, etc. So we understand this. So similarly, here also the lokas, the 14 lokas, 7 plus 7. Here Asaptamans tasya lokan hinasti means what? That all the higher 7 lokas not available. Oh, then where will you go? Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Salatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. These are the 7 lower lokas. You can choose. Not that you can choose. Based on your action, it will be chosen and you will be taken there. So all this higher means any type of progress or promotion, so to speak, not available. Why? You did not do the ritual correctly as prescribed. Oh. And second, this is if we think this is scary, the second one, second interpretation. Asaptamastasya loka nainasti means that the 3 ancestral generations, 3 descendant generation, and in between I am there. All this will not get any higher lokas. No swarga, nothing for them. So if they are already there, they'll fall. And the future will never go there only. Why? You did not do Agnihotra correctly. I will say, we are not doing only. What about us? The point of the scripture here is, Gurudev also explains, it is not to scare us. It is not to say that, okay, you are not doing, you are doomed. Not that way. Our scriptures never say we are doomed. It is only to indicate to us that whatever actions we may do and whatever we may feel that we can achieve through actions, it has limitations. It has thousands of rules to follow, and at the end of it, nothing great is achieved. Too much to do. And at the end of it, hardly anything comes to you. And in Nitya Karma, in Agnihotra, etc., Nitya Karma, which is taken as sample here, and this discussion also comes in Bhagavad Gita, say that this Nitya Karma, etc., that is to be performed every day, these duties, performing a duty does not promise any special result. But non-performance, you will be penalized. And that is what duty is all about. For example, we are obeying traffic rules. Is there any award we are getting? You obeyed traffic rules for the last year, so we are all awarding you, we are giving you gold medal. Very good, well done. No, nothing special will be gained by just doing your duty. But if you fail to perform even once, you can't say, so many years I have never committed a mistake. One mistake. Mistake is a mistake. So you can't, so the consequence will be there. So actions we may do, whether it is ritualistic action that is indicated in the scriptures or our own rituals which we have ourselves formed. If we do not do it 100% with the correct knowledge and execution, there will be limitations. The complete promised result may not be attained. This much I did, this much you will get. That's all. So it is always there. So we, for example, we take a loan and then we are repaying EMI. One I missed, I did not pay. Then we are not going to be awarded for paying all these months regularly. No, but one you have not paid, you will be penalized. Why did you not pay? But then you are not acknowledging I paid regularly. What is that? You have to anyway pay. It is anyway not your money. So the point is, these karmas have their limitations. They may promise some result, no doubt about it. But it has to be with so much of diligence, so much of effort is involved, and ultimately whatever is promised, that is also temporary. After which, return. Anywhere we may earn a lot of money and go for some vacation. After that vacation is over, when all we had is spent out, then come back, earn again, earn again, and do what? Earn and save for the next vacation. Then again go, enjoy, spend, come back. So this karma is going to be like this one. And here, if you know had some unexpected expenses, the savings gone, vacation cancelled. But then I always saved. I wanted to save, but what to do? Unexpected, some expense. So what to do? There is no concession. No, I have been coming here for so many years. Will I not get some discount, loyalty discount? Swarga does not have any loyalty discount. Nobody is loyal to Swarga, and Swarga is also not loyal to anybody. You do your action, you get your result. That's about it, nothing else. So it is all rules. So much we have to do, and ultimately we may get, and if there is some small shortfall, we may not get also. So that is why it is said, Asaptaman Tasya Lokan Inhasti. That it will be a big loss if we don't do it exactly the way it is told. And that's the reason in Treta Yuga people used to very easily conduct these rituals. Even in Dwapar Yuga, forget about Kali Yuga. Even in Dwapar Yuga, people were not able to maintain that level of purity. That is why puja, etc., was introduced. That okay, you do puja every day. That karma. So it is not Vedic karma, it is Pauranic karma. Also, Vedic pujas are also there. So at least you do this puja. That much you can do. In Kali Yuga, even that puja was difficult. So therefore, said Namasmaranam at least you do. But we are finding Namasmaranam also very difficult. How will we remember? We have so much to worry about in the world. To remember God, it doesn't happen only. The easiest thing also is not happening. What to talk of Agnihotra and all. So here the limitation of karma is indicated. That whatever we may try, it is lots of things have to be taken care of, and at the end of it there is no guarantee that you will succeed. If you do it perfectly, of course you will get whatever is promised, but what you get also is, see, this karma and all this is all sometimes becomes unrelatable for us, more relatable. We all have tea or coffee. So now, if we have tea, a cup of tea, someone who loves tea, I want to have. Now, why do I want tea? Because it gives me joy. Okay, so the joy is my goal. So I want to have tea. So what do I do? So I have to know what all I need to use, the raw material, where I can get that, how I can prepare the procedure. Everything has to be. The knowledge has to be there. Mere knowledge, will it give me the joy of tea? No. Then I have to act according to the knowledge. So first boil some water, then all the procedure. So one by one, whatever is said, we have to keep doing. And based on that, we arrive. If that procedural, there is some mistake that I put only the tea leaves first and boil, and after that I put water and milk and all those things. So that is not going to work. Or I put mix up everything and then put it on the stove to heat it up. So it has to be, there is a procedure to be followed. That procedure you follow. Okay. Then it is only preparation. Then next comes presentation. Nicely filter it out in a nice teacup with a saucer. No, it should not, no, some, it should not be falling out. It should not be wet. So all these things. And then, okay, it should be offered with love. If you're offering to a guest or someone, it has to be of the right temperature. Strength has to be correct. It should not be too strong, then it will become bitter. It will not be too sweet. Too much of sugar also need. Too much of milk, and it will be tasteless. It has to be perfect balance of everything. And then you take. How long is this joy? A tea cup full. That's all. That also not full, because after 2 sips it is cold. So then the joy is over. Then after that you just finish it off because it is there. So it's just 2 sips of joy. And for that, so much you have to ensure. And any of this is not followed correctly, then what happens? The joy that is promised will not be available. Not only that, the good mood that was there before that, that also is destroyed. Now we understand A Saptaman Lokam Sinas Tasya Hinas. That is what it means. So this we can relate to. So any karma, it has its procedures, it has its rules, and we have to follow it exactly as it is. And even if completely followed, what it gives us as promised is also very, very limited. That is what it means. That's all. And if it is not followed, then what is already there with you, that also is taken away. So no need to be scared of it. It is to understand the limitation of karma. That's all. That actions have their limitations. Still, important thing. Even if actions have their limitations, what is said in the first mantra we should not forget. That acharatha niyatam. We must perform to the best of our ability. It has to be performed with the knowledge that it has its limitation. Just because this tea example we took, does that mean that we will stop offering tea to guests? Why? Because it is too much, and no, some step is missed out. If it is not giving exact joy, then why should we let us stop? We can't stop. We have to keep doing it. Understanding its limitation, we have to keep doing it. And the next mantra is very beautiful. He says, when these offerings are, these oblations are offered in the fire also accepts it in a very beautiful way. So there are other rituals in which they specifically identify the type of flames and then offer. So here they are saying that there are 7 types of flames. So much research. Nowadays, when we find elementary physics, Gurudev has mentioned about it. In elementary physics, when we see the flame is explained, and in that there are only 3 zones. So in the modern science, here 7 types of flames, and their names are also given. They are known by names. Very poetic. Next mantra. So we'll read the 4th mantra also. Kali Karali cha Manojavacha Sulohita ya cha Sudhumravarna Spulingini Vishwaruchi cha Devi Leelayamana iti sapta jihvaha. Sapta jihvaha. These 7 jihvaha means tongues. Like when something, we get to eat, there's mouth waters, and then the tongue gets active. Tongue. So the fire also has tongues. 7 tongues. So the flames appear like tongues. So what are these 7 tongues? Sapta Jihvaha. Lelayamana. They rise in that Homakunda, in the sacrificial pit. These fires rise, these flames, 7 flames, which are called the 7 tongues of fire. What are these 7 flames? Their names: Kali, Karali, Manojava, Sulohita, Sudhumravarna, Spulingini, Vishwaruchi, all these. So all these 7 different uh, flames rise when we offer this oblations in the sacrifice, in the various karmas. So these 7, Puja Gurudev has, based on the name also, has explained or given an indication as to what kind of fires are this. So he says, Kali, the black one. Sometimes they are dark flame. Karali, the terrific one. Manojava, the swift as the mind one. Sulohita, the deep red one. Sudhumra Varna, the smoke colored one. Spulingini, the sparkling one. Vishwaruchi, the bright, all shining one. So each of them. So these different flames were identified. There are some rituals where you said that this has to be offered only when this flame comes up. So this Purohits knew that, okay, this is the flame, now offer. So much of detail is there. Puja Guruji says this verse, if some girl is born in the home, there are 7 names to choose from. You know, Kali, Karali, Manojava, Spulingini, Vishwaruchi, Sudhumravarna, all powerful names. And she's like flame of fire, knowledge. Anyway, so the idea is all these karmas, when we offer, these are the different types of flames that raise in the Havan Kunda and receive our offerings. Having received our offerings, what do this fire or these flames do? So now the next, first it was said, if it is not done properly, not only that whatever we are promised will not be attained, but whatever we have, that also may be destroyed. So you have to do it properly. Okay, no, don't scare me. I do it properly. Okay, once it is done properly also, what is the outcome? How does that person get that promised result? So that is now further indicated. These different flames, how, having received the offering, lead that person who is performing the sacrifice to the higher worlds as promised. Very beautiful, poetic description. So we'll see that in the class tomorrow. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ